Hey guys, Mr. Gran, 6.5 Properties of Special Parallelograms. In this video, we're going to talk about rectangles. So what makes a rectangle a rectangle? It is a special parallelogram, so we know that opposite sides are parallel and equal, all of that stuff. In this case, for a rectangle, all four angles have to be equal to 90 degrees. Right? The opposite sides are equal, just like any other parallelogram. And then the diagonals are equal, right? So the diagonals are completely equal to one another, and they also bisect one another. So that means that all four halves of the diagonals are also equal to one another. So if we call this A, B, C, D. If these are right angles, the distance from A to C is going to equal the distance from B to D, and that center point is a bisector, and so so both halves are equal to one another also. Okay, so using that information, we've got our rectangle, and we want to plug in all of this missing information, right? So we want to know what is the length from R to G. Well, the length from R to G, half of that diagonal is going to be the same as this here from G to C, because this is a midset. It's a midpoint. It bisects the diagonal. So this is going to be a 13 right there. So RG is 13. AE, the whole distance across there, well, these two chunks of the diagonal are also 13, so that's going to be a total of 26, right? 13 plus 13 is 26. And then EC, from here to here, well, that's going to match the opposite side, which is 10. And AC, from A to C, that's going to match the other opposite side, which is 24, like that. All right, moving on. Finding the length of the diagonal. So we're going to have to throw this back a little ways to the Pythagorean theorem, because inside of this rectangle, we have a right triangle, and the diagonal is the hypotenuse of that right triangle. So if we remember setting up for Pythagorean theorem, our hypotenuse is C, and our legs are A and B. And so we can take that, and we can say, well, A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So that means A is 16 squared. Plus B is 10 squared. We don't know what C squared is. 16 squared is 256, plus 10 squared is 100. 256 plus 100 is 356. Now I don't care what C squared is, I want to know what C is. And so I'm going to take the square root of both sides. And the square root of 356 is about 18.87. Now, might be a little confusing because I've got a D here and a C here. If we're using Pythagorean theorem, we usually change it to A, B, and C. And in this case, we just have to know that the C value, the hypotenuse, is our diagonal, what we're looking for.